Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Quikachu, or Quikachu456, and from this today forward, my channel has recently hit 1 year of me making videos. So in celebration of that, I want to do this thing where I explain the history of my channel. Without further ado, we will begin the slideshow, and I will be going forward, and I will be stating facts about each video. April 18th, 2024. That should be the day this video has been uploaded. And this was my very first video on this channel. It was my very first Let's Play as well. It was on Sonic the Hedgehog 1. A little fun fact about this was during my senior year in high school, I was going to find a job during my time in high school, but I realized that my mom gave me advice to rather get a job before like after high school. I'm still working on that job, but anyways, I wanted to at least try to see if I could actually record videos, and I realized, hey, I shouldn't. This was I shouldn't be like doing this like to gain subscribers and such. I should be doing this for fun, and so what I've learned from this video is that just have fun with what you have with your videos. I think if you have fun with each video you make, it should be all good. April 27th, 2024. This was the final episode for my Let's Play on Sonic the Hedgehog. And this was my third video I have made. What I was going for, I did not know what else to make. I thought to myself, hey, why not I be like a Sonic Gaming channel, but I realized that I had more potential in myself, and so I was like, after this Let's Play, what was funny about it was with some of the edits I did back with like parts 1 through 3, I didn't know much about editing back then, so basically I would have to redo some of the stages or like redo some of the recording. That way I could get perfect recordings, and I think what I learned about this is that not everything had to be perfect. I think what I could have done better is probably better commentary. I don't think I had some good commentary yet, or what I could have done is I could have done a zone per episode, meaning we could have had 6 to 7 episodes in total for Sonic the Hedgehog 1. So yeah, I think just don't try to make everything perfect. Let things be however they are. And I mean, if you want to do edit some things out, you can. Just know it will not be perfect like everyone else's. Everyone has their own way of shining. May 1st, 2024. So this was the day I started playing Ultimate Custom Night. I I wanted to go back to old roots, and me not having all the FNAF games. The only games I had during the time was not only FNAF 6, but also Ultimate Custom Night. I thought to myself, hey, why would it be fun if I go try to beat 50/20 mode? I mean, Daco beat 50/20 mode. A whole bunch of people may have beaten 50/20 mode. So why not I go join them? And during this time, I loved doing Ultimate Custom Night, yet it was so difficult. I would get tired out easily. But the problem is with the future Ultimate Custom Night videos, they would be more than either 30 minutes or they would be like an hour long. But what I wanted to do, I think the reason why some of this is like not like unedited or like I cut out the failures, I want people to actually see my failures and actually how I overcome them. That's the gist of what I wanted. Seeing someone who fails actually succeeds. I think that's what the lesson I want to give for this series, or this was the first longest series in my on my channel. But however, this would be a foreshadowing to later on, till next year. May 22nd, 2024. This was my first vlog during the time of me starting YouTube again. During April or so, my uncle and his boys moved in to our house because there was some family problems that were going on. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about these family problems, but it was a whole mess. My cousins were driving me crazy. I think my uncle was being driven crazy to a point where I was being driven crazy. We were all driven crazy at that moment. So, for some of my time, I went over to my grandparents to get a vacation. During my vacation in this vlog, what I wanted to do was actually be like, "Oh, hey, what if I could continue to make videos?" So I set up an entire office to where I'll be able to make videos. However, I may not be able to make videos anymore because basically my mom had this device. This device was a Wi-Fi box, and this Wi-Fi box belonged to my mother's work company. And so she was like, "Hey, you can take this with you." I'm like, "Really? Thank you," because I thought it was like a spare Wi-Fi box. I knew it belonged to work, and I thought the workers did not mind. However, during that time, my mother got in trouble, I think, of somewhat with it. And so that was the only vacation week I was able to use it. However, it was fun trying to make videos. Henceforth, I still have some Undertale Yellow Let's Plays I have thanks to that vacation. This was a time where I lacked with making videos. I was burned out and I did not want to explain that I would go on a hiatus, yet this was something I needed to state out. We're like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not dead. I'm making videos." This was a time where I was given advice to not let my viewers down. But as of yesterday, or like of Sunday, it was a Sunday night. I remember I was in a voice channel in a server, and I was in a community where I was in a YouTube community where they were telling this one guy, "No, no, it's okay. We are that loyal. We know that you're human." And then I realized to myself, no, no, this wasn't like I did not learn this. I just learned this on Sunday. It was Sunday the 13th. Yeah, it was Sunday the 13th in April when I learned this lesson. And so I think what I learned was I think I should take my time in making videos. So as I was still burnt out, I wanted to make more and more videos. And so that was what I wanted to do. And basically, with over at my grandparents' area, there was these cats, and so in the video, there was like these cats that would usually go out because near the area there's a little barn area where the cats would reside, and they would always have kittens there. And so what would happen usually almost every morning, or when it would become sunrise, it would become either me, my grandmother, or my uncle, my great uncle actually, would go out and feed the cats. And I think the cats were not fed. I think they were fed at the time, and I was like, you know what, hey, why don't I show everybody where I've been? And so I went on a little adventure with these cats. Some of those cats are not around anymore. Some of those cats are still there. Who knows? But probably one day in the future, I will probably make a video where I do like a whole adventure with some of these cats. June 7th, 2024. Around this time, this was still in my series of burnout, yet I was like, you know what? Hey, I wanted to make videos. I wanted to do a lot more because this was the point where I wanted to use emulators. I wanted to use emulators or like continue to use emulators to where, oh, I want to actually I want to expand the games I'm playing. I wanted to play Resident Evil. I wanted to play God of War and all that. I wanted to play a whole bunch of games that everybody knows that I could play. And it was pretty hard trying to catch up with recent games because I know like if a new game that's popular comes out, everyone's gonna come out to play it, and I wanted to go on that joyride as well. Now, I think a while back or after the downfall, I played Indigo Park, and this was a time when Indigo Park was somewhat still popular at that time. So I was happy that I was able to play it. All of my friends, all my IRL friends, well, not all, but like one of my IRL friends played it on stream one time. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should actually go play it myself. And so after that, after one of my friends played it, I went over and played Indigo Park, and I actually liked it. For the downfall, I was worried, I was nervous that I would be at a dead end with my channel. But with how the future turned out, never give up. That is probably the lesson I'd give myself back then on this day, and that's to not give up. The canceled exposing video on June 19th, 2024. Around this time, I was in a Discord server with some past friends from 2019, and apparently there was someone on DeviantArt who wouldn't guess but was doing not so great things to one of my past friends. And so I was tagged along. I gave the idea, oh hey, why don't I do an exposing video? Because I wanted to branch out my content. I didn't want to do gaming videos all the time. I wanted to do something different. Yet, I still want to do different things. I just need to at least figure out what to do. But I knew during the time that the exposing video, I felt like the exposing video was not gonna go well. Yet the problem was there was someone in that group in that little specific group I was in. They were burning me out. They were pushing me to actually finish it, yet I was doing all the best I can. We were all supposed to work on our own parts, yet this one person who kept pushing me did not do anything. This was probably one of my least. This video right here is probably one of my least favorite videos because the amount of time and work I had to progress. Sadly, though, there is nothing about this video because I had to clear out the storage and I had to delete it. But I think I do not want to get myself into making drama videos unless I need to clear something up about me. July 30th, 2024. This is one of my most popular videos on my channel today. Marvin85. Now, I know it doesn't say Marvin right here. It doesn't, but there is some things going on, or like still going on, that I do not want to get myself roped in. And the views on this thing, it was originally 667 views, and now it's 668 views. Now it'll probably go up if by the time this is posted. What I think I what my favorite part was basically, I think my favorite moment was I did not have a great time during the recording because of how difficult the game was, and I was about to give up. When I actually got back to the game, I was really proud of myself, and I ventured forward. What happened was, after I got done, I sat back and like, alright, this is just gonna be a regular old video. And then I got a comment from like someone, it's like, oh, it's a cool video. I didn't say thank you, or I don't know if I said thank you or back, but I should probably get back to them on that. And when I checked back in the future, the views on this video just went up. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's actually going up. What the heck is happening? And so here's my theory. Popular demand. When something from a community or category becomes so popular, people will try to look up certain things, and then they will recently find the video. I think what my favorite part about this is, my second favorite part about this is the thumbnail. You see, when making videos on computer, there is an option, well, it'll recommend you a thumbnail depending on one of the videos. Now, this is genius, because if you're not able to make your own thumbnails, there is an option where you can have a thumbnail from a certain part of the video. It's like the best thumbnails. But I think I'm really proud of this video. However, if I wanted to try again, I would. But if the game doesn't become difficult, I hated this game. I'm gonna say it now. I just did not like this game. It was pretty difficult, and some of the, when you press certain buttons, it felt delayed. Yet you have to go at like, it is picky with the buttons. I think I complained about that in the video, but that's what I wanted to go over. But yeah, if I wanted to, I could actually go to a different direction. I've recently thought about that as of recently, but I think I'm fine with where I am for now. However, I will be thinking about it. I will be thinking about it fondly. Oh, okay. August 27th, 2024. This was my first reaction video, and this was basically on the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 official trailer. I did not know there was going to be an official trailer, yet when I heard the news, I was like, you know what? Hey, if it actually comes out tomorrow, I will make a reaction out of it, because back then when there was going to be like a Sonic movie trailer, I wanted to react to it, but I did not have the good recording equipment or so to actually record it well. The only time I was having to record videos was recording through my phone. I would have through either my phone or my brother's phone. On my first channel, I went over and I would go move my controllers, move my phone somewhere, or like have someone hold it as I go play the game. I did this a lot for Sonic Generations, but the problem with not only Sonic Generations, but like with my brother's phone as well, you cannot be able to record a bunch of videos up to like 6 minutes or like higher or so, because the memory would always be low, and I would not understand why. It was something else, but yeah. I think what I liked about Sonic 3 was basically, it was kind of funny because when my mom was done on a call, okay, to give a short summary, me and my mom's work areas are right next to each other. So I work in my bedroom, and that is near the door to where my mom's office is. And what happens or so. Okay, so this is in the basement. So in the basement area, there's some of my brother's rooms, my mom's office, the laundry room, and my office. I'm not gonna give a map layout, but as as my mom was getting done on a call with her boss, I asked mom, "Hey, if you're done with the call, would it be okay for me to record a video?" She said, "Sure." And so as I was doing that, I was hollering, I was screaming, and I was shouting. There was so much that was going on in this trailer that I was really excited about. And after I was done and I got exhausted, I think this was after I got done recording, or this was during the recording. My mom texted me and it was like, "You're kind of pretty loud in there." And I think that's probably the most funny thing. I want to be, I want to be like someone who's like loud and goofy. And I think that's what I sometimes describe myself. I can sometimes be loud and goofy. Yeah, I can be aggressive sometimes. I want to be me, and I think this was probably one of the best videos I liked too. What I learned, I think what I want to teach people is that be yourselves. Do not have a fake personality. And if you're actually feeling down outside of the internet, just give yourself a break. I mean, hey, things are not always going to be that bad. Things actually will be great. September 9th, 2024. Around this time, this was my first hiatus. What I wanted to do was back then, I wanted to get a job because this was around the time when school started back up again, and I was getting. I remember my mom telling me about, "Hey, did you get a job yet?" Because I wanted to work at this grocery store and I wanted to stock shelves. I wanted to do stocking as a job because I want not only to have like physical activity, but to actually do my job too. And yes, when standing around and such, I do understand. I do understand that part. But what I wanted to at least get a job and continue with that job, yet I wanted to multitask with not only my job but also my YouTube channel. And during some of the videos forward and then till now, I'm still trying to figure out how to get a job. I can get a job easily, but I can tell you guys, one time I was so close. I was so close to getting a job. But the problem was there was no room for me for like certain times during the job I was going for because I was going for a day shift instead of a night shift. So that was something. But so far, I think what I wanted to do was, hey, this was my limit to my burnout. Maybe I should actually take a break and actually work on my adult life because at the time this was 1 month before I turned 19, and I wanted to at least, hey, I can take this time, I can actually offer people something on how I'm doing in life, and maybe someday I can give them something in return. So I went on hiatus and never posted a video since. However, this was during a time where I was able to keep to myself and still still edit videos. This was the time where I started learning how to edit and such. What I could have done better was I should have given myself some time, given myself some space from YouTube. October 9th, 2024. This was probably, I hate to say it, probably one of the worst days of 2024. I remember it was going so good right in the morning. Around 12 or 1 in the morning, I made this video, which was 10/9/24, which was my birthday. I turned 19 when I made that video. And then I announced over there that I would be hosting my first event where I'd be playing horror games throughout an entire month. And it was called Spooky Chew. Spooky Chew was a Halloween themed let's plays where basically I would go from the beginning of October to the end of October, meaning I'd do horror videos nonstop. Now I would be doing the time to make a video one at a time, but I wanted to do it to where, oh hey, I want to challenge myself now that I'm back, and so there will be times where I'd be making videos, and then there will be times where it'll be hard for me to make videos. What I learned about this experience is you have to be prepared. You have to be ready when making videos, because making videos 24/7 can actually make you lose track of time. Yet I wanted to actually see on how much I can do. What I learned is that don't expect to get everything right. I thought to myself like, hey, what if I could do this? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. But it was like dun, 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 dun. And it probably didn't hear well, but some things went wrong. There was some backup videos I could have done. Yeah, and if there was none, I could just try to catch up with the amount of videos I can. Do I want to do this in the future? Yeah, I actually do want to do Spooky Chew again in the future. I'm really happy with what I had from there, and it was fun. It was probably not one of my best days. It was probably not the best day for me, but I do know that hopefully this year will go better. That is what I'm thinking to myself. November 2nd, 2024. So, attempted changes. This was the time where I was actually going to go work at a different store, and this was a thrift store. I wanted to do stocking yet again. Stocking shelves and like stocking items on the shelves. But with it, I did not get a call back after I made this video, but this was just basically a video talking about like attempted changes where like, oh hey, I can continue to do my work, I'd edit and then make videos after I'm done with work. Or if it's almost work, I can put some videos during some different timestamps to where I won't have to post it immediately at the time I want to post it. Because you can schedule your videos on the computer, or there's a way to schedule your videos when you make them. You just have to get there. But this was the time where I was still trying to move around in life in adulthood. Adulthood is something. I'm starting to get the hang of adulthood, yet I am lazy at it. I want to actually do better. December 5th, 2024. At the time, I I wanted to do something special, so I wanted to do my first game and video with a group of people. Now, this was in a place known as the Sanctuary Discord server. I am not in that server anymore. Some incident happened over there that I will not be explaining, and I recommend to not bring it up in here. I had nothing to do with it. That's all you need to know. But basically, one of my friends in there, his name is Gatode, and basically what Gatode had was a game that was called Ducks Can Drive. So Gatode, me, and E-Gamer went over and actually played Ducks Can Drive, and this was when I started learning how to edit. I I wanted to go for a Life Thorough type of video to where like, oh, we can do like voices, or like we could have certain moments where like I show images of like how people express and such. So I wanted to test out my first time editing a video with the things I have learned. If I wanted to do this again, I think I sure will, but this will probably be a long while from now. December 16th, 2024. The reason why it's called a Pikachu Direct, I wanted to thank everybody for what people have given me and giving me this opportunity to make videos and to support me through my journey since April. So I went over, and this was basically my Christmas gift to everybody, where I made a list of games I wanted to play for next year. I've played some of these games, and some I have not yet, and some seem to be impossible for me to play. And then there was a thing I promised. Unfortunately, that did not go out well, but yeah, I really was thankful in that video, and I was glad that December was probably one of the greater months I had. December 25th, 2024. Christmas of 2024, actually. This was my last video of 2024. I wanted to get a few videos done as best as I can, but since there was not much time, I wanted to leave one last video before I returned to YouTube yet again. This was not a hiatus, but me saying, hey, I'm not going to be making more videos this year. I'm going to save some time to edit some videos. So this was not a hiatus, but I'm still working. This 2024 as a whole was probably one of the most unexpected years of all time for me. Yet I knew things were going down this year, and I was all in for it. I was happy that I was able to get around for all of it. I'm managed that I'm still alive. 2024 nearly killed me that year, and I'm glad that I'm still here today. I don't know if the algorithm. Okay, you know what? I'll do it again. It basically scratch that. It basically nearly screwed me over. There we go. Yeah. All right. January 14th, 2025. The first video I ever made in 2025 outshined the longest series I had, and now this is the newest longest series I have, which is Quick and Friends versus the longest fan fiction. Now, according to this, it is the longest fan fiction, and this was Loud House Revamped. Now, let me just go pull this up real quick. Okay, I got my phone. So according to this, it has 2,328 chapters, 16,777,215 words. So with this information, this is more larger than the Bible itself, but multiplied multiple times. It was some of the episodes that we did, we don't get through a lot. And so if you count that up, we will have more than 2,000 videos on this series. This making it the newest, longest series, and officially the longest series on my channel. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will unfortunately outshine this monstrosity that has now been created. I still have till to upload episode 2. March 2nd, 2025. My character development. So, at that time, I was actually struggling to make videos. And then I thought to myself, hey, I have an idea. So I went over with my idea, and I actually got a bunch of my videos done. And I was able to create more videos and get them done. I wanted to have a schedule with them, but I will talk about that soon. I'm actually proud with what I have so far in 2025. Present day. I thought I had something there. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. That was a little bit of an oopsie, but yeah. I think with today, April 18th, 2025, I actually like how I actually went with it. I loved doing my YouTube channel journey. I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed the people I have met, the people that have actually pushed me through it all. And I can't thank anyone enough. So here's my schedule plan. So originally I was going to do a double upload or somewhat of an upload each Saturday. Now, here's my future schedule plan, and this is a perhaps. I will think about this, and that is a video Wednesday and Saturday. Some doubled Wednesday, some doubled Saturday. Who knows? I will work on it, and I want to actually get done with some videos. I will explain when I'll be able to start doing videos Wednesday and Saturday, but for now, we're still doing that Saturday double upload. Now, here's a recap of what we have. My most popular video so far, Marvin 85. My longest series, Quick and Friends vs. Loud House Revamped. My subscriber count, 42. The views I got for this entire channel, 2,664. What my future is, I don't know. How am I supposed to say my own fate? I don't know. I think I want to wrap up. I enjoyed a lot on this. I will continue. I think I want to continue doing YouTube for fun. I didn't do it as a career. I did that when I was little, and I regret it a whole lot because not only I did it for selfish reasons, and I felt bad for doing it. So to come back and to actually do this for fun, I feel a lot better making YouTube videos. I feel so much better. So I want to thank each and every one of you for pushing through for me. I really, really appreciate it. I could not ask for a better community. I don't see myself as a community. I see this as a journey. Now, if I do have a community, just know I am not the brightest person. I can make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes they can be unforgivable, but I at least try to push through to fix my own mistakes. So I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. With that being said, I think this will be the end of the video. 1 year. Wow. I'm actually surprised that it's actually been a whole year since I've actually made videos on this channel. I think if we actually do a lot more, get more subscribers, I actually thought of actually returning to doing Twitch. I actually want to do live streams, and better yet, I have something for you guys. So, in my mind, it's telling me to tell you guys, expect animations coming soon. For some of you who do not know, I am an artist. And if you notice by one of my previous thumbnails, I not only Photoshop some of my thumbnails, but I also create some of my own thumbnails. So this will be a fun opportunity for me to actually start animating videos. Thank you guys so much. Expect more great things in the future. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't be able to make it here without you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this history documentary, and I will actually see you guys next time. Peace.